Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. My brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very grateful for our ICNA chapter in Southern California to really hold this program, and something that's very needed at this time, brothers and sisters. And before I get into my presentation, a couple of ayat of Quran and a couple of hadith of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The key message, brothers and sisters, that I want to share with you is about taqwa. The ayat that our reciter has recited and reminded us very, very clearly. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. لعلكم تتقون. So that you may have taqwa, the mindfulness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, if you look at the message of entire Quran, you can't help but recognize that the key purpose of Allah's message to mankind is about taqwa, is about mindfulness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. All these different ways, our prayers, our fasting, our charity, these are means and manifestations of that taqwa. Our helping other people around us, these are manifestations of that internal taqwa, which is really the core that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to develop as human beings. Brothers and sisters, the Prophet ﷺ reminds us, and inshallah, in the next hour and a half, you'll be hearing, alhamdulillah, beautiful presentations and very scholarly reflections. But one of the key things that is being told us as believers, the Prophet ﷺ says, "Man qama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi." Whosoever wakes up in the nights of Ramadan and is accounting himself, he's very accountable to himself and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his sins will be forgiven. I want you, as we approach Ramadan, I don't think I personally ever thought about the dua of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We used to say, Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa ballighna Ramadan. Oh Allah, bless us in the months of Rajab and Sha'ban and allow us to reach Ramadan. And I'm sure every one of us who has listened to this dua or has recited this dua is probably came with a very brand new feeling to that. None of us over the last several weeks have felt secure enough. In the past, when we have read this dua, we read it. Yes, it is a reminder from our Prophet ﷺ, but we never felt the same feeling that we are feeling today. None of us, brothers and sisters, today feel secure. None of us feel that we are able to reach Ramadan. And we understand the wisdom behind this dua. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. And we realize in this moment, we realize that how helpless we are without the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not what we wish to happen. It is what Allah wishes to happen. Brothers and sisters, I just want to leave you with a few other things. Something that is really important for all of us to remember. This Ramadan is going to be very different than every Ramadan we have really experienced in our lives. But there's one hadith of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam which he reminded us of four things. He Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Afshu salam. Afshu salam. Spread peace. Think about it. Regardless of this Ramadan or any other Ramadan, that is still a possibility for you every single day. Peace in your family, peace in your home, peace with people that you're connected with. You can still do that. Afshu salama wa at'im at-ta'am. And I don't have to go too far in that. We all understand the tremendous need that is really engulfing the entire world right now. Billions of people could be really at the risk of hunger and poverty. In our own country, in the United States, we see how many people have lost jobs and how many people are starting to become insecure. and the role that our charities are playing, the important role. وَأَطْعِمُوا الطَّعَامِ. Think about this, brothers and sisters. Regardless if you are staying home, or you are at the masajid, or you are in pre-COVID-19 era, you can still do that today. You can still follow these instructions. أفشوا السلام وأطعموا الطعام وصلوا الأرحام. وصلوا الأرحام. Connect to your relatives. Connect those who really need you the most at this time. Connect those who may not have the means to be able to spend on themselves, on their families. Complete the responsibility that you may have for those who are your loved ones, who may be away from you. And the last instruction of the Prophet ﷺ, and he says, وَصَلُّوا بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّاسُ نِيَامٌ. And pray at night when people are sleeping. Brothers and sisters, I just want to leave you with this, because these four things, as described by the Prophet ﷺ, are the keys to enter Jannah. تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ بِسَلَامٍ. He has promised us that we will be able to enter the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with peace and tranquility. And this promise is still open for us today, brothers and sisters. Regardless if it's COVID-19 or not, we still have the ability, we still have the recipe to enter the houses and the paradise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now, for inshallah, in a few minutes that I have, I just want to share with you some of the projects and some of the work that ICNA at the local level and at the national level. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, as everyone is familiar, ICNA, alhamdulillah, is operating in close to about 40 plus regions in the United States. And there are different projects that you have experienced and really interacted with over the years. Now, alhamdulillah, in our 52nd year, ICNA is now almost in every major region of the country. You have seen the da'wah booths, and this is one of the key elements and one of the key projects that ICNA has been focused over the years. And I want to really share with you some very powerful news that last year in Ramadan, about this time in Ramadan, ICNA has launched a major national campaign to reach every single household in America with the message of Islam. We understand this is a very ambitious project. It might take 15 to 20 years to reach close to 108 million households in the United States. We believe that the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. We believe that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls upon us, that there should be a group from among you who would invite people towards good and forbid people from evil. That we are the ones, we as the ummah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam should be the ones who would stand up for this da'wah, for this calling mankind to the oneness of Allah. Brothers and sisters, yes, our social services, our relief organizations are feeding people, but much bigger of a target that we have always had is really calling people to Allah. Because we believe, yes, food may help us and sustain them in this life, sustain their bodies in this life, but at the end of the day, when they are called to Allah, and if they accept the message of Allah, then that is the true salvation. That is the true help that we can provide. So the da'wah project that you have seen and you have really interacted with over the years in the Southern California area in front of you, the billboards that you have seen over the years, and you expected from Why Islam and the da'wah arm of ICNA, alhamdulillah, have been providing that guidance to people, have been providing that curiosity to people, so people may ask the question, what is this religion? They become interested. And alhamdulillah, with your help and support, these projects continue. Similarly, there's so many other major events that ICNA holds from time to time. You know, thousands of people, alhamdulillah, have participated in these events, conventions, family days, conferences, festivals. You've attended those, you've seen those. Similarly, brothers and sisters, you're very familiar with the major nonprofit that ICNA has spun over the years. Helping Hand for Relief and Development, as the international relief arm for ICNA, provides help and support to millions of people around the world, over 55 countries where we provide help and support. ICNA Relief is one of the leading organizations that is focused on domestic relief. When people look at those yellow jerseys, brothers and sisters, they're really surprised when they see the tagline, which is Muslims for Humanity. It is with your help and support that we are able to continue this. And ICNA Council for Social Justice is one of the key pillars and one of the key organizations that we feel as Muslims in North America, we must stand for the rights for everyone in this country, not just the Muslims. And alhamdulillah, through the campaigns and through the different projects of ICNA Council for Social Justice, alhamdulillah, we've been able to bring awareness regarding a lot of issues nationally and internationally. So in all, I think today the ask will be that you continue to help us provide an opportunity and a place for these activities to come from. This ICNA Center in Southern California is really an important place for us. And inshallah, you will hear more details about this as we talk about it. So I really am looking towards your help and support. And inshallah, briefly, I just want to mention a couple more things, inshallah, a couple more slides, and I'll conclude. At the national level, brothers and sisters, ICNA over the last 3 to 4 weeks have launched major programs in terms of online programming for our community that is stuck at home. Most of us are in quarantine in one way or the other, working from home, in a state of lockdown or shutdown, whatever that may be. And for that matter, alhamdulillah, we have provided many programs, and a lot of programming is happening every day, almost literally multiple times a day. There are many programs on a weekly basis that are happening across the country. Something that you, your children, our sisters, our brothers, everyone can really participate in. So I encourage you to look it up, inshallah, and participate as you find time. These programmings are for every member of the family, for the young ones, for Muslim children of North America, for the elders, for our sisters, for our youth. Everyone is, inshallah, invited. And finally, inshallah, I want to thank you for your participation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you all safe, you and your loved ones and your families. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove this calamity from our lives and allow us to come back and to be able to attend the masajid, to be able to attend and be part of each other's lives, to be able to go back to that, the nearness that we've been used to, and to be able to really appreciate this blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this social nearness that we always used to enjoy and never recognized it. And now in the age of social distancing, we are missing it so much. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.